is technology. And I said some firms strongly believe in this. I'll talk to Grow Ventures once again, just because I had some exchanges with them. They are a strong believer in good, defensible, deep IP, as they call it, that is protected with patents and so on. And you can argue whether this is truly the case. They, for example, will not invest in any social media type company because they feel that that's not a defensible barrier. But as the Google Plus example versus Facebook shows, even industry giants like Google don't necessarily have the ability to execute on a specific idea, even if there's no deep IP involved. Some of the things that the investor is looking for when they're analyzing the market opportunity is product market fit. If a company has already demonstrated product market fit by having customers using the product and demanding it, that reduces the risk. They're looking at how differentiated it is, and I'll talk a little bit more about the importance of differentiation in the second part of the presentation. Mentioned barriers to entry, which could be either patents protecting the IP, a strong and unique channel, and so on and so forth. One other thing to note is that not all ideas are brand new, unique things. Many of them are in the field of incremental improvements. You have a product, a device that is doing something faster than the existing solutions, or it's doing it at lower cost, or it's delivering better yield than existing processes. When we're looking at things, when a VC looks at things like that, that are improvements on existing solutions, the typical thing that they look for is an order of magnitude improvement, 10x improvement. If your solution does something that is already being done, but it's doing it faster, it needs to be 10 times faster. If it's reducing the cost, it needs to reduce the cost by an order of magnitude. And the reason for that is, if you're doing something that is already in the market, in order to unseat the incumbent players, it's not enough to be 10% or 20% or even 30% better. It's very difficult to unseat an entrenched competitor. And so in order for the VCs to succeed, they're looking for this sort of order of magnitude improvement. And then finally, one other thing, or before we get to that. So all these combine, as I said, to do the two things that the VC investor is looking for. On the one hand, ensure that this opportunity has the potential to become a huge company. So things like analyzing the market, its current growth rates, make the VC comfortable that this is a high growth opportunity. Things like being a disruptive play, completely changing the rules of the game, has the opportunity to be high growth. And on the right-hand side, if you've already proven the product market fit, you're reducing the risk. If you've got customer validation, you're reducing the risk. If you can show sustainable differentiators, you're reducing the risk. What all this means is, what all these mean is that if you've got all this combination, then you're a likely candidate to succeed.